Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Figure It Out Productions. The following video is part of our Quick Shoot series.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and as you can see I have a package. This will be of course something for our friend here, the Nintendo GameCube. It comes from a company called Controller Chaos, which very likely gives away basically what it is. But nevertheless, stick around, it's going to be pretty cool. They contacted me and said, you know, we'd like to hook you up with this thing if you are interested, and I obviously accepted. So, full disclosure, they sent this to me absolutely for free, but very cool of them to do, and I think you guys are going to like it. So let's open it up here. Right there along that line looks like the best way to go. Alright, let's just try it. Ripping into the cardboard. Alright, so, take it out of this box here. It comes in this really cool custom box that they use. Black box, very nice. It says Controller Chaos on it, extreme controllers for extreme gamers. And then on the side it shows different types of controllers that they do. I should note that up front. So Controller Chaos, they do a lot of custom type of controllers. Well, they'll basically do like repaint controllers. They have a bunch of pre-existing designs, but they also take controllers and do things like change the buttons, change the joysticks, stuff like that, add custom LEDs, etc. Do basically different mods to the controllers. I'll talk more about this specific controller as soon as we open it up, but that's why it has on the side, it shows different controllers they have and like check marks next to which one it is. Now in my particular case, obviously because it's a GameCube controller, I know, spoilers, because that's the case, I guess they're basically just launching that option, GameCube controllers, so they haven't even, you know, updated that on the box yet, so it's kind of cool to be in like the first wave of people who are getting those. Then it's got all their social media handles like facebook.com/controllerchaos. Everything's Controller Chaos, like their YouTube channel, which I would actually highly recommend checking that out because they show you how they make these, and it's actually pretty interesting to watch. So let me open it up the controller so you guys can actually see what I got here. It's got, let's see, inside we have some cool like stickers, and we have a GameCube controller. Check that out. Now, oh, that's really cool. So it's a Sonic the Hedgehog design, which is really very awesome. It feels, you know, it feels heavier than a normal GameCube controller. I'm gonna have to check on that, like for sure, after, you know, when I go to actually test it out. So in this particular case, what they've done in addition to the paint job is they've painted the buttons white too. I'm assuming those are the same original buttons that they've just been repainted. I don't think they're actually new buttons. And then it also says my name on it, which is really cool. They'll custom tag it for you, so they put Adam on that side, they put Koralik on that side, which is really very cool. Yeah, I'm going to play with this for a while and give you guys like a full-on review. I spent a good amount of time playing Sonic Adventure. I got like halfway through the game before I was like, oh, I should stop and actually finish the video. I also did a little bit of Smash Bros, and I'll explain why that is in a bit. Okay, so the controller itself, I really don't have any negatives to say. I mean, this is overwhelmingly going to be a positive review. There's just some PS's to certain things that I think you guys should know before you potentially make an investment in one of these controllers. First, I had no issues with it. It's a Nintendo GameCube controller. It's exactly what you'd expect from a GameCube controller as far as build quality goes. Everything worked just fine. I never ran into any problems. Now, so we can really only judge it on the things that they changed about it. Now, what obviously they changed the most about it was the look. Now, this is aesthetic, so this is open to interpretation. I personally think it looks awesome. I like the design. I picked the design. I also have had my name put on it, like I said, and I think it looks great. Now, they have tons of different designs, if that's what you're into. They also have different designs for other controllers altogether, not just GameCube, again. So that's all good. Now, one thing that is a direct effect of their changes is the texture of the controller. Original GameCube controllers are more of a matte finish. This is much, much smoother. Now, no doubt that's a result of the process it goes through. I believe it gets like sanded and obviously repainted, and as a result, it's much smoother of a texture. I think it's much nicer. I actually think it's more comfortable that way. Now, again, that's open to personal preference, but I personally think this is better that way. Now, that's the one thing about the comfort of the controller I can most certainly attest is part of their work. The rest of it, I'm not so sure. Let me put it this way. The base of this controller is actually not, it's not like a used American controller they found at a GameStop dumpster or something and they like cleaned it up and, you know, sold it to you. These are new to begin with, and they use Japanese white controllers. Now I'm sure they picked white ones because they're just easier to work with when you intend to paint over them. But it does have a couple of noticeable changes as a result. One of which is this cord. This is white, unlike all the ones we got, which usually were like black or I think purple sometimes. Now, it's not just an aesthetics thing. I mean, they didn't do this. It's white to begin with because the Japanese controller was. But one of the pluses of that is that this controller cable is a full 2 feet longer than the North American one, which is nice because you can sit further back, especially now that we all, within the modern consoles, we've kind of gotten used to sitting further back because of wireless controllers. So this gives you an extra 2 feet to make that doable, which is quite nice. But again, that's part of the stock Japanese controller, at least the white one. So there are some other changes, but they may be Japanese controller things, or they might be things that Controller Chaos did themselves. I'm not sure because unfortunately I do not own a Japanese controller to compare it to. But one of those things is the buttons. They are much more clicky on this, and I actually really like it. I think it was a hell of a lot more responsive and frankly more comfortable to play games with because they're slightly more raised, and as a result, I don't know, I think it was just better. It was better in my opinion, and I like that. But again, I don't know if that's something that the Japanese controller already has or if Controller Chaos did that. Now, Controller Chaos does make changes like that to other controllers, so it's entirely possible that that is their work, especially for one other reason that I'll go into in a little bit. But another change I noticed about it is the weight of the controller. Now, that could again be the Japanese controllers might be a little bit heavier. It might also be that Controller Chaos put a weight inside of it. They did actually put a little sticker on there to, you know, that shows that they sealed it back up, so if you were to cut it open to find out if, you know, that was in there, then you, I don't want to say void the warranty, but they would know you were inside of it. So basically what I'm saying is I'm not going to open it up to find out if there's a weight in there because I don't want to ruin the sticker. But it also, and I think this is the most likely reason, is this is a metallic paint, so it's got a little bit of inherent weight to it, and I think that added to it. Now, I personally think it's a small amount of extra weight. I mean, it's not going to bog you down in any way. I think, for the lack of a better term, it made it feel stronger, and I like that. So overall, there are some changes over a stock controller, and I think they're all positive, personally. Now, here's something you need to know, is that this is based on Sonic not because of Sonic Adventure, but because he's present in Super Smash Bros. Melee. See, these GameCube controllers are largely produced because of competitive Smash Brothers. And that's why I think there's a very good chance that the buttons are done by them as opposed to being stock Japanese buttons, but unfortunately I don't know that information. But overall, I think it's really, really solid, especially if you're a competitive Smash player, you're probably going to want something like this. Very, very nice. I think it's awesome. I actually don't really want to use it. I think I'm going to end up making it a display piece and let you guys see it behind me from the future because I think it's just really cool. And the fact that it's got my name on it means like I don't want to wreck it by playing it so much that I get like skin in it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what that is. That dust stuff that forms in the side, that's your skin. Yeah, it's very nice to actually also be able to play on this. Now, if you're interested in this controller or other GameCube controllers or any of the other kind of custom stuff they do, again, I'll put a link to their website in the description. I'll also put a link to their YouTube channel so you can check out that video on how they make these if you're all curious. I found it fascinating, to be honest. And again, if you decide to buy one, I'll put this up here as my last name. Use that as a coupon code on the website. You'll get 5% off your order. You're welcome. So I guess that's kind of it, guys. Thank you to Controller Chaos for hooking me up with this. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all later.